import, edit, export. This is my full Lightroom Classic workflow. Let's do it. First, we have to select our photos. So I've got my memory card plugged in. I select the first photo, I hold shift, scroll to the bottom and select the last photo. Now over on the left-hand side, I have all of my date folders already created, but I created a folder for these photos and named it Della Zoo. Now I'm applying keywords, zoo, Della, Philadelphia, animals, so that I can easily find these photos if I forget when I took them or where I have them stored. Super easy to find them by the keywords. Then I'm gonna go up and go to file renaming because I don't want my images to be called DSC_0796. So these will be called Zoo September 19, 2025, and I click import. Okay, now there's many different ways to sort your photos into which ones you're going to keep and which ones you're going to get rid of. This is also known as culling. I just use the star rating system. So what I'm doing here is I'm clicking through and I'm using the 5 on my keyboard to assign 5 stars to the photos that I want to keep. Then I go into the grid view, and I apologize, what you can't see on this screen is I'm clicking edit, and then I choose select by rating, and I choose the 5 stars. So then it selects only the 5-star photos that I chose, and then I click edit again and I choose invert selection, and then I just delete the images that I don't want to keep. Now, before we edit this photo, I need to make sure you guys know I'm Nancy, your photography teacher, and I have tons of freebies and courses on my website that can help you make your Lightroom workflow look something like this. NancySmiley.com is where you're going to find all the good stuff. Let's edit this photo. Now, if you need to apply denoise to your images, which if you're shooting in RAW, you probably do, you should always do that first. So first I did denoise. Next up, I'm using the heel tool to get rid of some snotty nose, boogers, and dirt on her nose and stuff like that. Now, I do want to let you know that I use all of my own presets to edit this photo, and I just put these presets up for sale, and that's why I'm using them and showing you how they work. So after I do these heel spots, I need to crop the image because the stairs are driving me nuts. So I use the stairs to make sure it's nice and perfectly straight. Then I applied my clean preset color, which is right there, and I'm gonna do a custom white balance by picking up the little dropper and putting it on a black part of the photo. Then I'm applying tons of AI tool presets. So I'm gonna do the center spotlight. I applied texture to her clothing, and I enhanced her iris in her eye, plus whitened the whites of her eye and whitened her teeth, all with the AI masking presets. After that, I zoomed in so that I could get a closer look and see if I was applying the right amount of strength, because I don't want her eyes to, look crazy. So after that, I did the subject brighten, and I did decrease that a little bit because she's got a hot spot on her hair right there. And after that, I reduced the highlights, applied sharpening with a preset click, and also applied the artificial sunlight glow. Then I did fade the highlights just a little bit because, like I said, I have overexposed the top of her head because she is just so blonde, and I reduced exposure. I made the grass more green and applied a little bit more sharpening. So now that it's done, we need to export. First, you choose where, so I'm gonna go right into 2025, right into the month, and I'm going to select the folder that I made that's called Della Zoo, and I have the little box checked that says put in subfolder edited. So then I make sure that the quality is decreased a little bit because I don't want Instagram or Facebook to compress this image even more. These export settings are specific for social media, so if you're needing this, definitely just take a screenshot here, or I have a video about it in my playlist. This was a long video, but it's a rather short workflow. All I really need to do is edit one photo, and then I can sync that edit to the rest of the images. Anyways, if you have questions about Lightroom, please let me know in the comments right here. I would love to help you out. And like I said, I have my free editing checklist on my website, as well as my free photo management mini guide, so that you can get your photos a little bit more organized if you're not ready to pay for my courses yet. All right, guys, that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.